Srila Rupa Goswami will be discussing how to deal lovingly with the three different classes of devotees. And here it's giving in general. One thing to note, although Srila Gurudev said eating, usually he says, do you eat prasad? No, never eat prasad. Do you take prasad? No, never take prasad. Only honor and serve prasad. Praying to Mahaprasad, O Mahaprasad, you are none different from Radha and Govinda and all of their pastimes. You are none different from the pure Vaishnavas. You are none different from the holy name. You have all the power of the holy name and Krishna himself, who can create and destroy innumerable universes. So this is serving or honoring prasad. So the point here that's being restated again and again in the commentaries of Radharaman and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is that if we engage in these 6 loving exchanges, that is giving gifts, receiving prasad remnants, like giving a flower, and then after the pure devotee uses the flower, smells the flower, then he gives it back to us. Revealing one's heart and inquiring submissively to the pure devotee and asking him to reveal the confidential truths of Krishna consciousness, offering them prasad. We used to think that we offer bhoga to the spiritual master, and then he just takes care of offering it to Krishna. But now we learn, after further education, that we offer it to Radha and Krishna, meditating that he's offering it, and then offering him physically the prasadam only. So here it's warned in everybody's commentary that if we engage in these 6 loving exchanges with materialists, with atheists, with mayavadis, with the opposite sex, with those who are attached to the opposite sex, then our affectionate attachment for them increases and Bhakti Devi goes away. So with this, just by hearing this and no more explanation, that here in Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's explanation, it says, don't instruct them on how to perform Krishna bhajan. Don't tell them anything, don't hear anything from them about anything material or anything spiritual. Just be like Prabhupada once imitated how he wants us to be in the 3rd canto. Yes, sir, what you say, that is all right. So, with this kind of, just seeing this on the surface, it seems like preaching would be contaminating. Because where's the prasadam distribution if we just take this at face value, that if we feed materialists, our bhakti will go away. So Prabhupada explains this further, that we do distribute en masse prasadam, and we invite the public to take prasadam. We also invite the public to come to our love feast. That is, we go out and give them prasadam, and we invite them to come to our love feast in our temples to give them prasadam there. And then training them, then they may invite us. even though, like, we're not pure devotees, they're not pure devotees. And here, it seems to say that only do these exchanges with pure devotees. So Prabhupada is expanding that. That is, neophyte devotees who are under him or under any pure devotee, like Srila Gurudev, can give prasadam. Prabhupada explains, even to the animals, even to the insects, even to the fish. One time he was feeding Mahaprasadam to the ducks, and somebody asked him, what will be the benefit? And Prabhupada said they will become humans and devotees in their next life. In New York City, we used to distribute Harinam and books along with Simply Wonderfuls. Millions of Simply Wonderfuls. And when Prabhupada was giving a class in New York, he was asked by one of the devotees, what is the benefit of giving someone a Simply Wonderful? So Prabhupada said, Simply Wonderful, it's a Simply Wonderful benefit. He has never tasted anything so wonderful. And one day, he will come to your temple and become wonderful. Everything about your temple is wonderful. Your prasadam is wonderful, your deities are wonderful, you are wonderful. And then all the devotees called back, no, you're wonderful, Prabhupada. So Prabhupada said, that's all right, you can become, everyone can become. He had this sing-song, interesting way of saying things sometimes. Like once he said, when he was in Boston in a sing-song voice, Bhakti Yoga is the highest process, but nobody knows it. And as I mentioned to you the other day, he was talking about what it's like to be haunted by the ghost or the witch of Maya. I am this body, and everything in relation to this body is mine. So he wants massively to distribute mercy. In the verse, it's saying, have these exchanges with pure devotees. And Prabhupada's expanding it to the fish. And chant loudly so the amoebas can hear you, and the bacteria can hear you. And Srila Gurudev, also in Russia, he said the same thing, that when we're chanting, even the trees are benefiting. It's purifying the whole universe. The material world has become contaminated by material sound vibration, by mundane sound vibration. Similarly, the whole world can be purified by spiritual sound vibration. So let's give some examples. So what does it mean then? Certainly Prabhupada and Srila Gurudev are not being contradictory to each other. As mentioned yesterday, we don't intimately associate, and then with the excuse that, okay, I'll also give prasadam. I'll take their food, no matter how they've prepared the food, with what contaminated mentality, and maybe they cooked meat in the same pot, and now they're cooking vegetables because I'm their daughter, and I'm coming to visit them. So let me engage in intimate exchanges with them, my family, but I'll offer what they cooked, and that'll make everything all right. Or I'll also bring prasadam from my home, and that'll make everything all right. Whatever good is done, that is good. But that doesn't counteract the contamination that we get. There was, back in 1970, Srila Prabhupada came to Boston, and one of his disciples said, I'm going home to see my family now. Because those days weren't like these days. because everybody lived in the temple in those days. So Prabhupada knew the mood of this devotee and how dangerous it would be for him to go and live with his parents for a while. So he told the story of the two birds. Did we tell that story here?
Yeah.
The husband and wife bird, you heard it already. The husband and wife bird. And they had children birds, and they loved each other. And they were speaking very intimately with each other. And meanwhile, a hunter had set a trap by throwing rice on, throwing grains on the grass. So the kids ran down to get it, and the hunter threw a net over them. So the mother wanted to go and save them. The father said, "Don't go." The mother said, "You don't know what you're talking about." And she flew down there too, and she was immediately captured in the net. And then the husband, he was bewildered seeing his wife and kids down there under the net. And he thought, "What will I do now? This is terrible." And he was just so engrossed in his lamentation that he fainted right down to the bottom. And the hunter took them all home for dinner and cooked them. So Prabhupada's point to this particular devotee is that there's a danger of becoming attached, and then under their influence, their atheistic influence, turning away from bhakti and thinking bhakti is not so important. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I was with Chandrika on a book distribution.
You speak louder.
Yeah, I was with Chandrika.
Can everybody hear her?
No, can't hear anything.
Okay, I was with Chandrika on a book distribution trip in India, and